Norfolk's picturesque little town with its cross and village green has jumped into the headlines because it's the home of Mr. Skeets. Mr. Skeets is 103. At 90, he married a girl aged 17. Now she's 30. But that isn't the whole story. Meet Mr. and Mrs. Skeets' family. Eric, aged 5, Doris, aged 2. In case you're not good at arithmetic, I'll repeat the figures. Mr. Skeets 103, Mrs. Skeets 30, children 5 and 2. Every day Mr. Skeets takes Eric to school. Or is it Eric taking Mr. Skeets to school? With such an experienced father, Eric should soon be top of his class. Here's something new in rail travel. A coach that runs on pneumatic tyres and they tell us does 80 miles an hour. So come aboard and we'll take you for a ride. The rail car is driven by a 280 horsepower 12-cylinder engine, and the driver sits in a little tower above the roof. That leaves the two ends clear for observation windows. So when you're tired of seeing what's passing, look ahead and see what's coming. The whole thing is Coventry made, from the wheel bolts to the aluminium roof panels. And is Coventry proud? With the guns booming and Spain stewing in her own blood just across the mountains, ex-servicemen from all over the world join in a service for peace at the famous shrine. The Union Jack flies side by side with the swastika, as the Bishop of Lourdes says the Requiem Mass. For the men who have taken part in past wars are the most fervent in their desire for future peace. Once again, Blackpool stakes its claim to be England's brightest spot, with illuminations that cost £150,000 and bring bigger crowds than ever to Lancashire's playground. But you can't please all the people all the time. My brother Bill and his lass are complaining that there's too much light. The U.S. national air races are on, and while the crowds wait for the leaders to come in sight, the daredevils put up the sort of show that amuses Mr. and Mrs. Douglas Fairbank. When it comes to looking up at the sky, Harold Lloyd takes his glasses off. Skimming the ground with one wheel means handling the machine with a capital H. And here's an airman's version of picking up the handkerchief. But the big stunt is the jump from a motorcycle onto a glider at speed. Watch him hang onto the wing. Nice for him, but it doesn't look too good for the motorcycle. And then all eyes are on the sky as the air race finalists roar past the pylons at over 4 miles a minute, led by the French ace, Detroit. And now watch an amazing picture of a crash. He's over. Over, but not badly hurt. The first airliner to inaugurate the new direct service between London and Dublin brings over that city's Lord Mayor, Alderman Alfred Byrne, greeted as he steps out of the plane by his wife. In offering a hearty welcome to Dublin's well-known figure, we hope that he'll enjoy a pleasant stay in England. US flyers Harry Richmond and Dick Merrill prepare to take off from Liverpool for their return flight to New York via Southport Sands. But as on the outward journey, we hear that they run out of petrol, and this time they're forced down in Newfoundland. They haven't quite carried out their original intention of New York to London and back in 48 hours. But to fly the Atlantic twice within 2 weeks isn't so bad. To help local hospitals, the London and North Eastern Railway stages an exhibition of some of its latest equipment. Almost every small boy at some time wants to be an engine driver, but apparently an interest in engines isn't exclusive to small boys. This is Sunderland's own. Careful, John, it might bite. Nowadays, if you travel by rail, it doesn't necessarily mean that you stay on the ground. It looks dangerously like flying, but it's a demonstration of the latest breakdown crane. But the star exhibit is the Silver King, the streamlined engine that a month ago broke the British speed record by touching 113 miles per hour. And they say that even then it was so steady that you could have put a glass of water on the footplate and it wouldn't have spilt. But who cares about a glass of water spilling?